How's that sound? We produced the show before we did our Patriot Fire Team leadership training this weekend.
Whoa.
This was the third PFT leadership seminar that we have put together here in beautiful Wyoming. Yeah, it'd be a little bit chilly this weekend, but that's okay. We won't die. We've got a SWAT Fuel Warrior of the Week. Somebody wants to talk specifics about gear, specifically optics. We'll do that. We're going to go from deprogrammed to demonized. Are you ready to get on the train? And then we're going to talk about what Hyam-Almy-Murray came up with. Hyam-Almy-Murray? What? HAM freaks, yeah. It has nothing to do with pork. It has everything to do with comms. We'll talk about that, all that and more on one glorious episode of Student of the Gun Radio.
1025.
Stand by for education, enlightenment, enjoyment, and entertainment.
He's not here to talk about your feelings. He's not here to say what you want to hear. He's here to say what needs to be said.
Ladies and gentlemen, and children of all ages, please welcome your host, the pimp hand of America, Professor Paul Markle.
All right, and a 1025 is a meet in person. Meet in person. All right, or contact.
Meet like ham?
Contact complainant.
Meet like ham?
Yeah, not that kind of mean. Not that kind of mean. All right. If you happen to be listening live, I know you're like, oh, this is weird. You're not supposed to do live ones on Thursday. And people, of course, are listening on iHeartRadio, and they're like, what are you talking about? Today's Monday.
Yeah.
But any hooser, if perchance you caught this live and you had a questione, throw it in there. What?
I forgot we changed how we do things.
Yep. So we're good now.
Yeah. Are we okay? We're good.
Yep. The live, if you're a public listener, you can listen to the live stream on the public channel. It's under SOTG Public Members and the SOTG Live Public Chat. So you can go there and do that.
Okay. All right. So I guess the best thing to do is just get right into the Warrior of the Week question. How's that sound?
Yeah, we can do that if you want.
All right. So Warrior of the Week, if you want to be one.
All right, never mind. Go ahead and do that first.
Well, I didn't know if you had the music ready.
Well, I did.
All right, if you want to be one.
Do the preamble. You already started the preamble. Do it.
Shush. Write in or call 844-207-7684. Leave a clear and concise question. All right. Now, play the music. Hippie. All right. Calm yourselves. All right. Jared, do you want to remind our winner what they should do to claim their prize?
Yes. Nope, that's the wrong thing to do. You're going to email info@studentofthegun.com with your name, mailing address, your phone number, and your email typed into the body. So that's it.
I don't see a name.
A name.
It says,
well, you'll know who it was. If you ask this question, you will know. And we do have a name stored, so we will put it into the notes. So we will know.
All right. Go ahead and ask the question.
I guess I will read the question. Do you have any opinions on hollow sun pistol optics in general? What are the pros and cons? And then there's a specific optic here that they are asking about as well. The specific, so hollow sun optics in general. Do you have any experience with those? Have you noticed any pros or cons? Mm-hmm. And then if you want to get specific with it, there's a hollow sun 1x micro red dot sight. That is the HS507K.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The hollow sun. That's a good question. People 2 or 3 years ago were a little bit leery. They're like, okay, it seems like too good of a deal. I mean, it looks like, an aim point, or it looks like a little Trigicon or whatever. And people have thought, it seems too good to be true, right? It seems too good to be true. I know I kind of thought that a couple of years ago when I first encountered them. But here's the facts. I've got a couple. I've had, let me see, 1, 2, 3. I think I have 3 different Hollow Sun optics. I have a couple of the ones that look like the Aimpoint T1 Micro or Micro T1. And then I also have a pistol mounted optic, one of the little micro red dots. Now the micro red dot, I don't have the one that he's specifically talking about here. I have the Shake Awake one. Yes, Shake Awake. Yeah. So when it's just sitting on a shelf or whatever, it turns off, and then the millisecond that it senses movement, it turns on, which is actually super smart way to use technology. Okay. Let's use technology to improve our lives. If it's technology that you can use to improve our lives, that's it. Now, that is generally these things run on a single battery, like a watch battery. What do they run on? The CR1.
This one for you.
This one is a CR 1632.
Yep.
So the little watch, and you get 50,000 hours out of one battery on the medium setting.
That's not enough.
I
need more than that.
I remember
actually.
when we were getting 3,000 hours out of a battery, and people were like, "Wow!"
By the way,
crazy.
50,000 hours is 2,083 days, which is almost 6 years. Almost 6 years.
Yeah, I remember the Aimpoint ones when they were 4 years basically, and the Comp M4 or the Comp M3, and the advice was every time you re-enlist, change your battery on your. When you re-enlist, change the battery on your Aimpoint.
That's pretty funny. It says that this specific one here, the HS57K, is night vision compatible.
You can power it all the way down to. It has 10 daylight and 2 night vision brightness settings. So, what I can tell you about Hollow Sun optics, from my experience over the last 3 or 4 years, is that they're fine. They work. I've yet to have one fail. I know a lot of other guys. Some of my friends, when they first came out, they put them on Ruger 1022s because they thought, the thinking was, I'm not going to put a $600 or $700 optic on a Ruger 1022. But if I can get one of these little mini red dots from Hollow Sun for $188 or $219, that's not bad. I'll put it on a Ruger 1022 and it'll be good to go. And the reason they were doing that is because they were kind of dipping their toe in the water. They're like, I'll do this because it's a recreational gun. It's not a fighting gun. But after a few years, they realized, they're like, oh, that quote unquote cheap optic that I put on the 1022, it's still running. It's still good. And it's no problem. So maybe I'll put it on a rifle. Maybe I'll put it on a pistol. Maybe I'll put it on a shotgun rail. I don't know. So I can tell you that, and I'm going to go right now to brownhills.com, brownhills.com, and I'm going to type in the word Hollow Sun and give you guys a no kidding. All right, so in stock. Ooh, Mr. Cotter. So the one we're talking about, no, not every other, but a bunch of them. Yep. All right. So the little mini Shake Awake one is actually in stock at Brownells. The one I was talking about, the one that looks like an Aimpoint T1, that's in stock. They've got one that is solar. So it has a battery backup, but it also power. Let me make sure I get that right. The solar one. Okay, it has a battery backup, but it also has a solar panel on top. How freaking Gucci is that? Man, talk about using technology to your advantage. That is genius. That is genius. But yeah, if you go to Brownells right now, they've got a lot of the different Holosun optics in stock. They probably got a dozen of them. And then they have some of them that are out of stock. And what do we know, Jared? If something's out of stock, how do we get our dirty little hands on it?
There's a few different ways.
Well, at Brownells, you sign up for their newsletter.
Oh, at Brownells specifically, yeah.
Yeah. You sign up for their newsletter, and
I think that you can text, what was it? BRN to 556-223, and then you can be on there. I prefer text notifications because my email gets buried. And so if I get a text that says something's back in stock, I can go there now, and it won't be gone by the time I get there.
Yep. All right. So the specific model that our caller or our questioner is asking about is currently out of stock, but Brownells has an alert me when available. So you click it, you give them your email address, and as soon as they get back in stock, they'll fire you off an email, and you will have 2 hours or 58 minutes.
Or if it's ammo and you're a friend of ours, it's like 47 seconds and it's gone.
47 seconds.
You're like, man, I wish I was on the side of the United States that the server's on, so I would have got this message earlier.
2 milliseconds earlier. Oh, it was Andrew. Andrew's the one who sent that message in. All right, Andrew. So there's your answer, buddy. There's your answer, buddy. There's nothing wrong with those sites. And you say I have not specifically used that one that you talked about, but like I said, I have a hard time believing that they'd make 9 really good sites and then one piece of crap. Like they're good. Oh no, that one's not good. So there you go. All right, Duracoat. Why? Because life is too short
to have an ugly gun.
Mm-hmm.
What about
there's a Mr. Trent Wood in here listening live right now, and I'm curious to know if Mr. Trent Wood is the same Trent that is the producer for some other podcasts that our friends host.
Oh,
so if you can jump into the live stream comment section under SOTG public members, jump in that text channel and let me know.
Yep. Duracoat, in case you didn't pay attention last time I mentioned it, they've got some super Gucci freaking camouflage patterns available right now. Go to their main page, go to DuracoatFirearmFinishes.com, and they have all the different Cryptek peel and spray template kits that you could possibly want. They've got the badass finishes. And then if you scroll down a little bit, they've got your standard camos, your woodland camo, your hex camos, your military camos. I mean, you're sitting at home right now anyway, in your garage. It's kind of crappy out. Hunting season's over, so just redo your gun, man. Or take a rusty, nasty gun and make it not rusty and nasty. You know what I should do, Jared? What should you do, Dad? You know the Bobcat, the CVA Bobcat rifles?
Yep.
What I should do is, since we've had them for going on 15, close to 20 years now, strip them down and, get all the rust and crap and everything off of the barrels, and I should Duracoat those suckers. And I never thought of that. All right. A quick aside, muzzle loading guns, most of your inexpensive muzzle loaders have blued steel barrels, right? Just a standard blued steel, nothing super fancy. And you're over there in the corner like, no, mine is stainless. Okay. But most of the price point guns for muzzleloaders are blued steel. And what do we know about muzzleloaders? Well, muzzleloaders rust. They just do. Why? Because I got a word for you guys. What is hygroscopic? Hygroscopic.
Oh, that's actually it's when water gets very small.
Yeah, hygroscopic means it attracts water and moisture.
Yep.
So that is what black powder or Pyrex or 777 or any black powder substitute, what that does is it attracts water. It absorbs moisture. So any residue, any powder residue that's left on your gun is going to attract water. It's going to attract moisture. And then what do you have? You have this scientific term called oxidation. And what is oxidation, boys?
It's when it oxidizes.
What does it produce?
Air.
Rust, you freaks!
Yeah.
Please tell
I mean, if you really think we're gonna
tell me you can do that.
If you think we're gonna be serious about all the muzzleloading terms after what we have already talked about, then we haven't talked about it on the show though.
Duh.
Oh.
Yeah, we didn't talk about any of that on the show.
That was off air.
That was off air, man.
Oh.
No, so yeah.
Okay.
So if you don't want your guns to oxidize, and if you're using hygroscopic propellant powder, go to DuracoatFirearmFinishes.com.
That's a great point.
There
So
you-
when you do the Duracoat job to your muzzleloaders, are you going to pull the barrel out and re-blue it, or are you going to just do the pattern over the whole thing?
No, I'm going to disassemble it completely. I'll pull the
Okay.
barrel out of stock and pull the action out and pull the hammer and the lock and everything. It's all got to come out. But the good news is that's pretty simple. It's pretty simple. Your cap lock muzzleloader, pretty simple. I mean, it's only like 300-year-old technology.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's move on to our buddies at Crossbreed Holsters. Crossbreed Holsters. If you use the promotional code SOTG18, you're going to save money. You're going to be happy. You're going to get a good holster, and then you can be dangerous on demand. Bing, bang, boom. Right?
Bing, bang, boom.
Bang, boom.
Would you like to carry a muzzleloading pistol on your chest in a Crossbreed holster chest rig? Because that would be awesome.
All right. You know that that pirate pistol that I've got?
Yeah.
The big. I'm gonna take a picture of that. I'm gonna send it to Nathan and say, any
Like, hey,
chance
man.
of a chest rig?
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Let's just see what he says.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
How about no? Yeah, crazy.
But it's for infotainment. Come on.
How about no? What I could do is I could take my my 1860 Army cap lock pistol. Maybe we'll get one for that. You know what I don't have for that? What I can't find? I know I had them. Balls.
I'm a
I
child.
had 45 caliber balls for those that I've got a Remington 1858 and a Colt 1860 cap lock black powder, Civil War pistols. And I know that I had somewhere 45 caliber lead balls for those, and I can't find them. Maybe they're on brownells.com. Maybe they are. I'm going to go to brownells.com right now and look for 45 caliber balls. Yeah.
You should get a ball mold too.
Then I got to get a furnace. Then I got
you have a thing that would work for that.
What's that?
I assume it gets pretty hot in there, huh? In the wood burner.
Yeah, fire up the wood burner and stick them.
Like fire up the wood burner and stick any kind of.
Get it so hot. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Be like, remember when in the movie the Patriot, when they're sitting around the fire?
Yeah.
And Mel Gibson's melting the lead soldiers into balls. And that's what I'll be doing. I'll be sitting.
Somebody was fanning the fire and somebody else was melting the balls.
I
know from experience from our primitive knife making event that it's a 2-man job. You have to have somebody pumping the what's bellows? Somebody pumping the bellows.
Yeah, bellows.
Yeah, somebody running the bellows and then somebody doing the actual stuff with the thing.
Mr. Cotter. Mr. Cotter. They actually do have balls in stock.
Nice.
Yeah, they do. They have balls in stock. Oh, but they don't have big balls in stock. They only. Wow, man. Okay, I never would have thought this was going to happen.
Yeah.
I tried to find number 11 percussion caps for muzzleloading rifles online. Everywhere I went, they were sold out for muzzleloaders. Now, I do have a theory about that, Jared. I believe that the same, I don't know, it might be different. But I'm wondering if the same machines that are used to make primers are the same machines that they use to make muzzleloading percussion caps.
That is a very good question.
So what they may have done, what the manufacturers may have done is they're like, hey, we need primers, so the percussion caps are just going to be a secondary thing. They're just going to, we'll get to that later.
There's 4-wing musket caps in stock.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. But musket caps are not the same.
It's different.
Yeah, musket caps are not the same. Because the nipples on muskets are bigger than the nipples on rifles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Muskets have big nipples. And so you can put those winged caps on them.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. And, brother, you don't want to buy a musket. Or you might want to buy a musket. You're like, that will be really cool. I'm going to buy one. And then you're like, $1,200? What? Yeah. $1,200. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Maybe. Here we go. A Springfield 58 caliber musket, $1,134. That's for a single shot black powder. That's nuts.
I wonder when that happened, because I haven't paid attention to the black powder market in a little while. So I wonder if it's been like climbing up like that, or if it was just all of a sudden, boom.
All of a sudden. Yeah, that's nuts.
If anybody listening live right now is into living history and they've been paying attention to this stuff, let me know.
You remember when Dean Friend built that 69 caliber one? That really nice kind of brushed nickel. Yeah. And even the kits themselves, you're like, I'll just make one myself. Okay. Let's see. The kit. Okay. The basic gun finished, ready to go from the factory is $1,200. But you can save a whopping $200. So the kit, the build it yourself kit is $1,000. What? Our world is upside down. I know barrels are expensive, but a barrel's not $1,000. The hardwood stock, you have to, and the pieces of brass and stuff, the lock, $1,000. It's crazy. It's almost like you should have had this stuff 2 years ago.
Yeah.
All right, Zach, play the Monday reminder for everybody. If you're ready, play the Monday reminder.
Attention, new listeners. We produced a complimentary online training course called 7 Training Tips That Could Save Your Life. Get instant access by joining the Student Lounge for free at studentofthegun.com. Do you watch Student of the Gun TV, read the blog, and follow us on Facebook? If you answered no to any of these questions, you are wrong, but you can easily fix yourself. Go to studentofthegun.com to find everything SOTG.
I appreciate the consideration on your part.
Yeah. All right, so what are we going to talk about? Actually, this subject came up during our Legion of Michael monthly Q&A session. On Wednesday, the last Wednesday of the month, what we do, if you have signed up for the Legion of Michael church security class, if you have done that, which...
Enrollment is open right now, so legionofmichael.com.
There you go, legionofmichael.com. One of the questions that someone asked is, what do you do if your church has, quote, no budget for radios? And this is when Paul has to put on his hardcore reality hat and say, you got to have your priorities right. Folks, if you're going to work as a team, you got to have communication tools. And radios are the handheld portable radios are the least expensive thing you're going to get, right? They're way cheaper than guns, way cheaper than ammo. They're available. And while we were talking, people were searching the radios, the little Baofeng UV50s that we have, Jared.
Yeah.
You can get them for like a 2-pack with chargers for $49.99.
Oh, but those things don't work.
Yeah, they don't work. Those things don't work. Doug Arnold, actually, he sent a link. He said his church they were non-programmable. That means you just get to choose the channels that are already programmed into them, which is not that big of a deal. But they were portable. They were little. They all came with earpieces, and they came in a 10-pack for $169.99. That's like stealing them, okay? A 10-pack of portable radios for $169.99. If one breaks, throw it away. All right, do I have to math for you? That's $17 a piece. And they even come with like little earpieces. So then we got into, people said, well, what about the Baofengs? And don't you have to have a license to own one and yada, yada, yada. And, because they're programmable, da, 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 da. Then people started asking me questions. They said, well, programmable versus channel mode versus this mode versus that mode. And I said, stop. Kind of like, you guys remember the story of Carlos Hathcock, the 93 confirmed kills, famous sniper from Vietnam, right? People would ask Carlos real detailed precision rifle questions about how to build them, and is your barrel free floated, and is your trigger this, and is your that. And I remember reading the book, and Carlos said, I don't build the rifles, I just shoot them. So if you want to know about how to build one of these, talk to that dude. Talk to that armorer, because that armorer built that. And I'm kind of the same way when it comes to radios. I know how to push the button. I know which button on the side to push, and I know to talk into it, and then to get the message back and to move on with my life. But if you say, yeah, but should you program it for this, or should you use this feature, or yada, yada. And then people start saying words like repeaters. And I mean, I know what a repeater is. And yeah, and 2 meter versus 5 meter versus this versus that. And I'm like, stop. That's not a question for me. But what do we know, Jared? What do we have? Who do we have in our audience?
We have a bunch of ham radio operators here.
Yeah. I know that we've got ham operators, or maybe you're not a ham operator. Maybe when you were in the Army or the Marine Corps or the whatever, you were the radio guy. Maybe you were a comm tech. So you know about radios. Great. Fantastic. This is what we need from you guys out there and HAM stands for Hyam-Almy-Murray. That's the three guys who came up with it.
Hyam-Almy-Murray.
Hyam. Where's your brain at?
Yeah, so I was like,
your mind.
Back to muzzleloaders.
Yeah, back to muzzleloaders. Nipple pick. Ball sack. Hyam-Almy-Murray. HAM. We need you guys who are out there in our audience. We need you to educate. We need you to organize. We need you to communicate. So, number one, we need to figure out a way, Jared, and between all of us, how we can. And people were dropping in there. I saw in the message they were dropping in their ham signals. Their numbers MX759 or 1. That's great, but what we need to do is we need to actually have a real serious list, so that you guys can communicate with each other. And the one thing that they said, I need education, not just for me, but I would really like one of our experienced radio operators to essentially do a FAQ, frequently asked questions. What do you think would be the best delivery system, Jared? A PDF FAQ,
Well,
or
there's a couple different things
video?
we could do. If somebody in our audience, and I actually know 2-3 people off the top of my head that are probably listening to this right now, they could do this. If you want to create a course on ham radios, we will deliver the course, and then we could have a single page or however many pages it takes to do a FAQ to answer those frequently asked questions. So you have the FAQ that goes along with the course. So those people that just want to read the FAQ can do that. Those people that want to take the entire course can do that as well. So if you're willing and able to do that, you've got the knowledge and you're motivated to create a course, then we can do that. And I'd like to just offer it for free to everybody that is in the Student of the Gun audience, because it's important information, and I think that would help the community.
All right. Hey, I've got a Thomas Nikolai called me out. He goes, you're thinking of Hiram Maxim, not Hyman or Hyam. Troy Clopton's listening, and he said, I bought a pack of those for $169. They are programmable using the chirp technology. So we reprogram them. They are pre-programmed with GMRS channels. So see, there you go. That's why we need experienced radio people in our audience, because like I said, I don't even know what the frick chirp is. I know that it's some kind of technology that uses program radios.
It's a noise a bird makes.
Yeah, that's good. That's noise a bird makes.
Oh no, wait, is that a tweet? Oh, because Twitter has tweets.
Oh yeah, be careful. You're going to get censored.
Oh jeez.
They're gonna come get you if you say anything bad about Twitter. But yeah, so right now we're live and we've got people jumping in, giving their freaking their call signs and talking about Chirp is a free programming software. All right, these are the things that we need to coalesce, put together, so that when people contact us, they're like, hey bro, I bought this UV what does this button do? And unless it's the talk button or the turn on switch, you're asking the wrong guy. we're like, well, which channel should I use for my team? Channel 2, channel 1, channel 3, channel
got
9.
Establish frequencies so that we know when, if you need to use the thing in an emergency situation, then you got to know where to go to talk to each other.
Yeah. Arnold just dropped in the 10-pack that we're talking about. Doug Arnold did. And this is exactly what we were talking about last night. He said my church bought this 10-pack for $169.99. They come with earpieces and rechargeable and charging stations. So bing, bang, boom. There you go. And Troy says you can take those and hook them into Chirp and program them. And programming radios is not something that I do or have ever done. This is why we're having this conversation right now, because I know that you guys out there in the audience have the experience, you have the knowledge, you've got it. We need to, everybody who's interested in our audience, we need to provide that information to them. Do I need to explain to you the importance of communication and how communication tools that we're using now are being restricted? I don't think I need to explain it to you, right? We all get that at this point. The fact of the matter is, if we don't turn the ship around, we're going to be in a position very soon where only information approved by the state is going to be put out. That's it. I mean, we're on that track right now, and it won't matter where you go. So we've got to be able to communicate with each other. And this is one of the ways, whether it's ham, whether it's communicating with your team, whatever. This, if you've got the radios, that's the thing. If you've got the radios for your team, and even if your cell phone goes down, Amazon and Google and Verizon, and they're not in charge of your radios. They can't do anything about it. If you stupid peasants want to talk to each other and you already have the tools to do it, they can't shut you down. So that is going to be that's going to be our mission here. That's our mission right now, is to get all of you ham guys, to get you communicating with each other. And we need to come up with essentially I'm not, a lot of people are like, well, we can do a whole ham course. I'm like, well, that's great. But first, I would like to have the FAQ so that the brand new people, because I'm seeing every day people are saying, well, what kind of radio should I get? I don't know, the ones at work. I don't know, and then unfortunately, what we've got is we've got a lot of internet bull crap out there, like about the Baofongs. Those cheap crap and they don't work. I'd never buy one of those. Based on what? Based on my personal opinion. Okay, great. Or based on something I heard over the internet. But have you used them? Have you tested them? Well, no, but I know. Shut up. We don't need a bunch of rumors and I heard and someone told me. We need actual experienced humans, people who have ham radio licenses and people who are radio operators in the Marine Corps or in the Army or whatever, people who actually do it to give us real, no kidding information. So, guys, this is a call. And if you're in a Liberty Mastermind group, you can already talk to each other. If you're a grad program member, you already should be talking to each other.
Studentofthegun.com/Discord.
Yep, /Discord, man.
We have a server that is not a community server, and that's a technical term. I guess Discord has a couple types of servers. They've got a community server, which is, once you open that up, apparently you open that up to scanning of the content. So we didn't do that. It's a private server. Ryan can help me out here and tell me what the difference between our server and a community server is, so that I can relate that here. Because I've had some questions about it, and I didn't know what the answer was. So I'm going to find that for you guys.
So somebody corrected me. This is what I get for Google searching. So I Google searched, what does ham stand for? And it gave me the Hyam-Almy-Murray.
Yeah.
And David Franklin says, no, it doesn't. It stands for Hertz, Armstrong, and Marconi.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, all right. So the internet failed me. If you had your ham license, you'd know that, you moron. I'm sorry.
That's why we need people that know what they're talking about.
That's right.
To the Googs.
Because our listeners are smarter than the internet.
A great question that I have for you, if you're a ham radio operator and you've been through the training, is there a good online source of information? And if so, where is that?
That's
Ryan said invites versus an open door. So a community server is like an open door. Anybody can join it. And the one that we have here, the SOTG, official SOTG server, is invite only. So if you go to studentofthegun.com/Discord, it'll get you there. So ARRL.com is a good resource, and hamstudy.org. We've had a couple people that mentioned ARRL.
Yep. Yeah, my buddy Doug up in Ohio is a member of the ARRL. Man, why is my voice, my throat's all today? I don't know why. So, but yeah, there you go. That is our mission. Our mission is to get all of you ham guys, at very least, everybody who's a student of the gun follower and a ham radio operator. There should be a list of students of the gun with your call signs, your licenses, your 6-digit grids, whatever.
We have a member locator. If you're a grad program member, you can go to the member locator and add your ham radio call signal to that. You go to Student Lounge, log in, go to member locator, and update your information there.
Yep. That is a great idea. And it's something that you can do privately with your fellow students of the because our student lounge is private. It is not open to Google search or Facebook search or Instagram search or anything like that. So, all right, Zach, is it about time to put the cork in the bottle?
Yeah, we can go ahead and wrap this up if you are ready.
Okay, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, there you go. That is your information. The information for today. That's your marching orders. A lot of stuff to do. You're like, man, it's like drinking from a fire hose today. Giving me all the stuff to think about. I know. So for all of you freaks and freakettes out there that are like, oh man, have you seen gun prices lately? Have you seen ammo prices lately? Yeah, I have. I got an idea. Maybe instead of worried about buying a new gun, you should get some freaking radios. That is an idea. Do you know how many radios you could get, how many portable handheld radios you could get for the price of one Glock 17 today? You could equip a whole platoon with handheld radios for what you would pay, or for a Shockwave. Oh, Jared, good news. I see that the Shockwave prices are coming down.
Yeah, they're less than sub $1,000 now.
So they're down from $1,000 down to $799, up from 1 year ago when they were $299, or 13 months ago when they were $299. All right, freaks and freakettes. What's a good kit-friendly HT?
A hat tip?
Hat trick? HT?
I kind of thought you would know what that was.
No, I don't know what that is.
What was?
Hey, roll up. What is an HT?
When was that question asked? What topic?
That was like right as we started the show.
Oh,
HT. Is that a radio thing?
don't know.
Anyone know what an HT is? In context, handy talkie.
Yep, handy talkie.
Handy talkie. Okay.
So I guess a handheld
Handy
radio.
talkie.
It's a walkie-talkie. That's what it's a WT.
You know it's gonna be
I
awesome.
walkie and I talkie.
Yeah.
Okay, Brian Reed.
Ham radio.
That would be a question for if you got several $100s to buy, look at Motorola
I don't want to buy
or
one.
Emerson. Emerson, Motorola. If you got several $100s, then awesome. If you want to equip 3 or 4 or 5 people and you only have a couple $100s to spend, get the Baofengs. But they're cheap Chinese radios and they don't work. Whatever. They do work. Are they the best radios out there? No, they're not the best radios out there. Motorola handhelds. Motorola, and what's the other one? What's the company, Jared, that made the little mini cam that we used for a while, but they were primarily Midland radios. If you guys go to if you go to your Academy Outdoors or Cabela's or something like that,
Local sporting goods.
yeah, it won't be your local one because that's kind of you're not going to go to a local gun shop and find Midland radios. But if you go to a big one or just go online, that's what everybody does anyway. Midland radios, they sell rechargeables in kits. They sell programmables. Right now I'm looking. Midland they have got portable handhelds, programmables in a 3-pack with a charger for $90. Now, it doesn't look like they come with earpieces. You probably have to buy those separately. Whatever. So if you've got money and you don't mind spending a little bit of extra money, get the Midlands or Motorola's. And I would then the question becomes, I know we were going to wrap this up, but should you buy batteries or rechargeables? What happens if the power goes out and you can't recharge? Both. Or just get a solar charger to charge up solar panels to charge up your radios. There you go.
What about
All
crank
right,
radios?
What's that?
What about crank radios? Is that still a thing anymore?
They have crank radios for just listening to, but not.
Oh, I thought they had crank communication radios as well.
I don't think so.
Am I wrong? Am I crazy?
That would be
Well,
huge.
radios is a new topic to all of us, so that's why we're here.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, freaks and freakettes, you got a lot to think about. I think you had a little bit too much to think. Thought police. Thought police gonna come get you. You had a little too much to think.
Yeah, that was an off-air conversation right there.
All right, freaks and freakettes everywhere across the fruited plain. Remember, you're a beginner once.
You're a student for life.
We appreciate your reviews. If you haven't left a review or updated yours recently, head on over to Facebook, iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, or your favorite podcast player to voice your opinion. Don't forget to join us at the Student Lounge, a place for like-minded individuals to learn, connect, and support each other. No chicanery will be tolerated. Remember to check studentofthegun.com daily for new, free content and giveaways. Watch, listen, read, shop, and connect at studentofthegun.com. Are you a social butterfly? Connect with us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter for new content each and every day at Student of the Gun. Watch Student of the Gun TV and videos from our trusted partners on Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, Chromecast, and even AirPlay. Go to studentofthegun.com for direct links, and remember, you're a beginner once, a student for life.